This is what this game has turned into for me. They could get fully paralyzed when they click follow me next turn, and then Gengar could win a speed tie and knock out Tapu Koko. And folks, it actually happened. Always play to your outs. That's all I can say about this game. Always play to your outs. So, it's July, and one of the Ruins of Alph Spotlight formats on Pokemon Showdown is VGC 2018. I do actually already have my first VGC 2018 content on the channel by the time you see this, because I reached a channel milestone of 300 videos, and per tradition that meant I had to use Skitty, and Skitty isn't in Scarlet and Violet, but fortunately it is in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I was able to use VGC 2018 as a solution. That was my first time ever playing the format, and I was having fun with it. I wanted to play some more while it's still July, so it's Sunday. I'm going to call it Ultra Sunday when this goes up, and I actually was kind of conflicted. I thought about streaming instead of making a video because there are a lot of different kinds of teams to try out. Having a team built around a Mega Evolved Pokemon in that previous video kind of felt like playing a single restricted format. I know it's not exactly the same, but it kind of felt like my Mega Salamence was sort of adjacent to a restricted Pokemon. And I want to try it out some more. I want to try a bunch of different Mega Pokemon. I've never played a VGC format with Mega Pokemon in it until now. And so, I thought that it might work better as a stream than a video, because then it can go on for a long while. I can try a lot of different things. Also, I do want to experiment more with streaming. I made a Twitch channel a while back, and I've still done nothing with it. That channel is called Slowpoke Well PKMN. Slowpoke Well was unavailable, so PKMN like Pokemon, Slowpoke Well PKMN. I'm sure I'll add it in text. So I think what I'm going to do is both. I'm going to do a video. It'll go up on Sunday. I'm going to use like 3 different Mega Pokemon. I'm going to pick a handful of teams, just play around with them. And then I think Sunday evening, my time, so maybe like 2 or 3 hours after the video goes up, I'll stream some other teams. Probably on Twitch if I can figure out how to stream on Twitch. I've never tried it before. If I get scared or something, then maybe I'll do it here on YouTube. But again, Slowpoke Well PKMN on Twitch. And I do currently intend to go live Sunday evening, probably like 2 or 3 hours after this video is released. But let's just give like 3 Mega Pokemon a try right now beforehand. And of course we're going to start with my favorite Pokemon, Gengar. I have to get a Mega Gengar team in here. I have all these pastes available. I'm going to use only 1 Mega Gengar team right now, so let's see what catches my interest. There's one with a Meowstic. I'm sort of curious about what's going on with that. There's one with an Azumarill. Mimikyu, Snorlax, Celesteela looks like it could be fun. This one has a Kartana, which definitely looks like it could be fun. Alright, so this one by Fabian Brown. Because they have EV spreads included, it's not going to show up quite properly for you, but it's Gravity Meowstic. Helping Hand, Thunderwave, Fake Out. Okay, I don't know what a Mago Berry is. What does a Mago Berry do? Why have I been disconnected from Showdown? What does a Mago Berry do? Meowstic. Mago Berry. Oh, okay, it's one of those. Got it. Mega Gengar, Sludge Bomb, Hex, Hypnosis, Protect. So Hypnosis, Hex stuff. Okay, and then with Gravity you can land your Hypnosis. I think this is also the generation where Thunderwave got to less than 100 accuracy, so you can land Thunderwave, you can get boosted Hexes. That seems like a lot of fun. Choice Scarf, Greninja. I don't really remember what Mat Block does, but we can check that later. The Z move user is Clangorous, Soul Blaze, Komo-o. Oh, and it's Focus Blast, so it benefits from the gravity as well. There's Assault Vest and Incineroar. There's Tapu Bulu with Whirlwind. I don't know what that's for. This could be a good contender. Here's one from James Beck. Oh, this won a Toronto Regional. This might be the winner. My favorite Pokemon winning in my hometown. Belly Drum, Azumarill, Clefairy. It has Spotlight. What does Spotlight do? I don't know. Choice Scarf, Tapu Bulu with Disable. I don't know what some of these techs are for, but Azumarill, Komo-o, Clefairy, Mega Gengar seems very strong. This one by Kyle Livinghouse. It has a Kartana. But otherwise, it doesn't get my attention quite as much as those other two. And accidentally opened the same one twice. Oh, I meant to open that Celesteela one, didn't I? Still in 7. Oh, the link goes to the wrong paste. Okay, I clicked correctly, but the link is set up wrong. So, I think it's either going to be the Hex one, or... I think this is the one because it's because it won a Toronto Regional. My favorite Pokemon in... certainly one of my top 2 favorite cities. Certainly... we can say that. So... VGC 2018. Are there any mechanics here that I don't understand? I know what all of this does. I think I know what all this does. Yes, I don't know what Disable is for, but I know what it does. Mago Berry, we checked already. Spotlight. It's just a Follow Me clone? Targets, foes, moves. No, it's not a Follow Me clone. It's Follow Me, but it redirects to someone else instead of to Clef. What is that for? I have no idea what that's for on this team. Maybe I would look it up right now, but I can't think of how I would do that. Question for later, I guess. But yeah, let's get on the ladder with this James Beck Mega Gengar team. I'm used to the ladder being on the left, but it was over here this time. Let's play some Jed 7. Mega Kangaskhan, okay. Probably a Scrappy before it Mega evolves, right? Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini. This looks like a really strong team for sure. They have 2 fairy types and a Heatran, so setting up Komodo looks pretty iffy. I mean, Tapu Fini just walls it, right? But Scarf Tapu Bulu and Mega Gengar. Oh, Mega Gengar is probably on this team meant in part to help me trap Tapu Fini and remove it, right? With Sludge Bomb. That makes sense. I can also taunt it to deny Calm Mind. Azumarill could be very strong here, but they have a lot of bulky threats, and they have that Tapu Koko. Of course, Tapu Koko should fold to an Aqua Jet. I think I have some basic idea of how I want to attack this. I'm just not really sure what order to put the pieces in. Incineroar ought to be very good as well into their Kangaskhan. But I think I want to bring Gengar. I want to bring Azumarill. And then probably Incineroar and Clefairy, but maybe I want Tapu Bulu. Then I'm not bringing Komodo, and that kind of makes the Gengar less important. But Gengar's just so strong. I just don't know if I want to lead with it. I'm going to lead Gengar and Incineroar. I don't know if that's good, but I'm going to try it. This is my second time ever playing this format. They lead Kangaskhan and Landorus. Okay, so we both get our Intimidates off. Theirs is faster. If I Mega Evolve immediately, then anything that doesn't switch out is trapped. But I've made both of these ground weak Pokemon vulnerable to the Landorus. Might be worth it anyway. Of course, Incineroar doesn't get Parting Shot yet, does it? I can fake out the Landorus. And go for damage on Kangaskhan. I have no idea whether I'm playing this the right way. Oh, they have the Scrappy fake out into Gengar, of course. I didn't cover for that. Yeah, this is going to be challenging. I've never played a format like this before. I think I'd like to get Incineroar out of here and probably Clefairy in. Then I can give Gengar some cover, or I can bring Incineroar back in for another Intimidate. Landorus is U-turn. Okay, that's not surprising. Landorus is such a threat. You go Heatran. I've just completely exposed this Gengar, haven't I? Can I double switch to Incineroar and Azumarill and try to get Azumarill going instead of this Gengar nonsense? That doesn't feel very safe, but I'll give it a go. I get another Intimidate into Kangaskhan. They return into Incineroar. That's good. That's the target I wanted them to go for. Azumarill's burned. Alright, I think this is just cooked with that burn. To be honest. I'll go for the belly drum all the same. Tapu Fini ought to shut that down though, right? Probably needed Tapu Bulu. Well, no, I need Gengar, right? I can get Gengar in now. But Azumarill took a bunch of damage. It's being worn down by the burn. Its attack set also is... I mean, it's very high, but... the burn is such a problem. At least I can pressure the Fini here, I think. And also pressure the Heatran. I mean, it's not like it's going to take nothing from Aqua Jet. In fact, it's knocked out. So far, so good. Fini survives the Sludge Bomb. Gets rid of the Belly Drum boost. And then now they can intimidate Azumarill too. And the Landorus is still a massive threat. So I did not find the right way to pilot this team in the first game, that's for sure. There's Landorus. I mean, Aqua Jet will still do something to it, right? Affect Fini. I guess I could have doubled into Landorus. That didn't do much. There's an Earthquake. Alright, yeah, kind of let my favorite Pokemon down with this one. Let's click Spotlight and see what happens. Look it into the Tapu Fini. What is Spotlight for? I'm still stumped. Alright, GG to that opponent. Here's a Charizard team. I don't have the knowledge to know at preview which Charizard form this is. That's a whole other layer of decision making, huh? Incineroar is very strong into a lot of this team. Very strong into a lot of this team. Incineroar goes crazy into this team. So that's good. I don't know that I need the Scarf Bulu for this one. Scarf Bulu feels like a valuable glue piece. They only have one Fairy type and one specially frail Steel. That's also it also takes quadruple damage from Flamethrower. It's double weak to Flamethrower. The Gengar doesn't feel that good into Landorus and Tyranitar. Yeah, Komodo, even just leading Komodo and Incineroar, I mean, it's very straightforward, but like that's how I know to play. And Incineroar, or if Azumarill doesn't get burned this time, actually Aqua Jet could snipe some soft targets pretty nicely here. So my instinct, I think, is Komodo, Incineroar, Azumarill, and then I could bring Clefairy for sure. Give that redirection cover to Komodo. Or I could bring Bulu. I'm gonna go with Clefairy. So they lead their Charizard. Intimidates all around once again. They don't have Fake Out on the board this time. I'm gonna go for my Z move immediately. If that's not the right play. Whoops. Now it's Fake Out Charizard. It's Mega Charizard Y. That's a little bit harder to deal with than X, maybe. I don't know, it's kind of a mixed bag. If I get the Fake Out, they get a big Landorus Earth Power into Incineroar. At least it's Therian Landorus, not Incarnate. And then I get my Clangorous Soul Blaze turn 1 and they just forfeit immediately, so okay, I guess we take those. Komodo's set up. I have Azumarill in the back. Obviously the Aqua Jet is weakened by the sun, but I can still snipe some things probably, or I can use Clefairy Redirection to keep Komodo around. So, I talk about how the Mega Evolution felt kind of like a restricted Pokemon. That has not been the case so far with this team. But I have a very powerful Z move user, and I need to keep that in mind. I was scared out of bringing it to the previous game because Tapu Fini and Heatran, both of which were on the opponent's team, both shut it down pretty hard. So I might have been correct to not bring it there, I'm not sure, but it should be one of the first options I'm looking at with this team. I think that's pretty clear. Taking a while to get an opponent. That's going to be an issue if I stream this on Sunday. I do think I will try streaming this on Sunday, but yeah, hopefully the ladder won't be dead. Sorry, I mean it's Sunday right now. Spoiler, this is... sorry to break your immersion, this is recorded ahead of time. By Sunday, I do mean today. When you're seeing this, if you're seeing this right after it came out. Alright, here's another Charizard team. This could be Charizard Y. It could give some valuable offensive and defensive boosts to Heatran. And help keep Cresselia healthy. I don't know what a Charizard X team looks like versus a Charizard Y team. I think I might just have Charizard Y on the brain because I just faced one. But it could be Charizard Y. The bigger problem here is they have Heatran and Tapu Fini, again, both of which hard counter Kommo-o. I have pieces to deal with those, so maybe I'm supposed to go nuts with Kommo-o anyway because it's just so monstrously powerful, right? Scarf Tapu Bulu can help with Fini, except the Charizard and Heatran make its job harder, but it can be done. I could just lead Kommo-o Clefairy even. Just set up immediately, redirect, and then have the relevant attackers in the back to clean up the threats. Or maybe I'm supposed to bring Mega Gengar to this. Mega Gengar is strong into Tapu Fini. Maybe it should be a Azumarill Gengar, but oh well, too late now. They lead Landorus Heatran, okay. I'm gonna go straight for my Z move. Turn 1, because that's what I know how to do. Follow me. They might switch Fini in, and then I'm gonna feel pretty silly. I think probably I don't lead Kommo-o into this kind of team, but they missed a Rock Slide into Kommo-o, so that's nice. Playing our Soul Blaze, turn 1. Does good damage to Landorus. Feeling Toxic into Clefairy, because this is a generation where everything in its mother got toxic. Can I set up a Oh, I can set up a substitute and follow me. They got both their Kommo-o counters now. I would like Clefairy to be knocked out. It's not going to happen. I can protect Kommo-o and switch something in, but what am I switching in safely, right? So, it's a real problem, actually. I mean, I get the value of substitute, but it's a real problem when I don't know how to use this team properly that I don't have fighting coverage on Kommo-o, because that would make the Heatran a lot more manageable. It's Calm Mind Fini. They can just sit there and set up. And of course, I didn't want to switch anybody in, so I'm just letting my Clefairy go down. I'm just gifting it to them. This is a tricky team to use for sure, but also this Heatran Fini stuff is feeling especially hard to deal with. But I just don't know the right mode for it, I'm sure. That does like nothing. They get free Calm Mind. The good news is Clefairy would drop to Toxic damage even if Heatran didn't attack here, so I'm not stuck in that position forever. Now I can threaten the Bulu with a Scarf Woodhammer. The problem is... Sorry, the Fini. The problem is Heatran can just knock me out back, right? But I think I have to get rid of Fini's boost, so I think even if this is just a Tapu Bulu sack for not much gain, it just kind of is what it is. You know, even if they switch it out... they can protect, though. But I just need to do what I can to pressure it out, I think, and then I can beat it with Gengar. But letting it get those Calm Minds is really bad. Don't forget, folks, second time ever playing this format, and the first time I was using Skitty because that was what the video demanded of me. They actually do switch out to their Landorus. We got rid of the boosts. We also got rid of the Landorus. That does some chip to Heatran. Bulu is out of here. But hey, I have boosted Kommo-o and Mega Gengar. I mean, the Heatran is a problem, but... If I have any Pokemon that are going to deal with it, it's probably these two, right? Let's just Sludge Bomb this Feeny. I'm not overthinking it. Okay, Kartana's their last. Might have been nice if I'd Flamethrower that slot, but I didn't think of it. They almost one-shot Gengar with the Heatran. What are the speed stats here? What's Kartana's speed? I think Kartana runs Scarf in this format, right? Or at least it can, so I'm going to protect Gengar and Flamethrower Kartana. They definitely still can play around this pretty easily. I'm playing very sort of straightforwardly, like a beginner, because I kind of am in this format. But it might work. And I think after this, I'll get a couple more games with this team. I think these games are going quickly enough that I have room for that. They do let me have the Kartana. Of course, now it's just their Komodo counters. I just have to go for it, don't I? They can just protect and knock out Gengar. They actually protect the Heatran. Sludge Bomb KOs. And so I don't like the way I played this one, but a win is a win, I guess. Those are the power of these sets. I'll get a couple more. Another Charizard with Tyranitar, Gastrodon, Celesteela, and Incineroar Cortana. I mean, this is easier for Komodo to deal with for sure. I feel like the only thing I know how to do with this team at this point is lead Komodo and click Z move, but I mean, I can do that. They have two steel types. Celesteela is going to take it well, Cortana not so much. Komodo and Incineroar is a really strong lead. So is Komodo Clefairy, but probably less so because this team definitely has a bunch of spread damage. I might need Gengar for something here. The Azumarill is nice, except I do have to watch out for the Gastrodon, so maybe I bring Bulu into Azumarill and I leave the Gengar behind. I don't know. Bulu is good into like two of these Pokemon and not so much the others. Scarf Bulu it's a really interesting mon, but it seems tricky to work with. I don't know. I mean, how well is Gastrodon taking Clanging Scales anyway? Let's just bring Gengar and Azumarill. Okay, we both lead Incineroar, so it's Intimidates and Fake Out Pressure all around. I'm going to protect Komodo, and I actually think I'll just... Nah, I'll Fake Out Gastrodon. If I get to. Oh, my Incineroar goes first. My Intimidate also went first. I have no idea what speed stat is on this Incineroar. I didn't check. They have Snarl. Okay, so I can't just freely Clanging Scale this. Do sound moves go through Substitute in Gen 7? It looks like they do. Wait, Snarl is really hard for me to deal with because my only good answer is Azumarill, and then I can't Aqua Jet. I mean, I can still play rough, so. Alright, I'll do that, and I'll knock off the Gastrodon. Might as well soften it up a bit. Rocky Helmet, okay, sure. They crit Azumarill with the Snarl, but that's not really a big deal. The Muddy Water could be a bigger deal. Nope. They don't get the drop or anything. I don't know if I can just go for Belly Drum here. I kind of suspect not, because Gastrodon probably has a better attack here than Muddy Water. So I'm going to play rough Gastrodon. It's kind of the Azumarill that's more important to remove, actually, right? I think Gastrodon should just fold to Komodo if I get the positioning right. So I'll play rough Incineroar and also U-turn it. They switch it out. Okay, fair enough. Critting Kartana might be valuable there. I'll go Komodo. Don't think Gengar beats Kartana. But it's really tricky because... the Incineroar is always threatening that Snarl, and I don't have a nice Aura Sphere or something to just remove it. I'm going to switch to Incineroar here and just Flamethrower the Kartana slot. They go out to their Incineroar, of course. I guess I should click Clanging Scales. I mean, it's pretty obvious, that switch. And my Incineroar is getting worn down now. But, given that I just switched it in, I do have Fake Out on the board, but so do they. I go hard Azumarill. Protect Komodo. Yeah, there's the Snarl. And I'm going to go... I'm just going to go for it here. I'm going to go Play Rough into Incineroar and Zed move. I think their Incineroar is in danger. I mean, they probably want to switch it out and reposition. That'll give me Kartana. Well, going first, should KO Kartana with this, right? And then I get to Play Rough into Gastrodon. So that's not bad. Doesn't quite KO, but I think that's alright. Nobody Water Drop. That's definitely good. Here's Tyranitar, okay. But I can Play Rough that. And Clanging Scales. Okay, it protects. But I get the KO on Gastrodon here. Incineroar will come in. I can protect around either a Fake Out or a Snarl. Their Incineroar will be weakened by the sand as well, so that's nice. I can sack my Incineroar here, get an Intimidate that they can't get rid of, and reset the drop on Azumarill. They go Rock Slide with Tyranitar, knocks out Incineroar. But, I mean... I'm doing that just to get Azumarill right back in. Aqua Jet Incineroar and Clanging Scales. Bulu might actually be nice to have here, but I don't think I need it. Let's see what happens. Should I just try the other two Mega Gengar teams that caught my eye in this video and save all the other Megas for a stream? Maybe I should do that. There are so many Megas though, I don't know. But yeah, then I can pick a Charizard to start the stream with. That actually does seem kind of fun. Protect Tyranitar. But, I mean, I think Azumarill is I don't know why I'm struggling with those two names. I was saying I think Incineroar is dropping here. I was mistaken. Mo had soundproof the whole time. I didn't even check. I never had to worry about the Snarl. Well, I bet if you're an old VGC veteran who knows this team, you were probably yelling at me. This game was... I made this game so much harder for myself than it needed to be. When I actually just had a massive advantage. Well, that's the kind of content you tune in for, right? It was fine anyway if they could land the Snarl there. Alright, what other teams did I grab? This is the Hex one. Let's try the Hex one. Let's just do Mega Gengar teams this video, and then start stream with Charizard, and then move on to Manectric or Gardevoir or whatever. So this one will be in a little bit. Let's start with, or let's move on second to the Fabian Braun team. Are there any mechanics that I don't understand here? This one's not Scarf Bulu, gotta keep that in mind. Is Assault Vest Incineroar, which I think I like. Scarf Greninja, I don't know what Map Block does. Protects allies from damaging attacks. Turn 1 only, okay. Alright, that's an interesting thing to lock into in some situation or another. And of course we have the same Zed move here. But this Komodo has Focus Blast. And a lot of this team seems like it probably wants to run through the Meowstic Gravity Support. I'm sure it'll take me a game or two to get the hang of that. Oh, it's Protean Greninja, right? I don't think Battle Bond Greninja was ever legal in VGC. Someone tell me if I'm mistaken. I think that's a thing that I know. And there's not much reason you'd run Torrent. I don't think Ash Greninja was ever VGC legal. Because I think that's just a fact that I learned at some point. Taking a little bit of time to find a game again, but that's okay. As long as one appears. It's alright. You need to eat soon, actually, but... Now that this is just the Mega Gengar video, that shouldn't be too far off. And hey, if I don't find an opponent... Video ends early, and also maybe the stream is canceled, but I hope not. Hopefully there'll be more people playing on the actual weekend. It's a fun format. It feels like these past-gen Spotlight formats don't get as much attention as they maybe deserve. Like, I did one video with VGC 2013. Took a little bit of time to find opponents there, too, and then... I don't think the video got a ton of engagement. Not that my channel does anyway. But... Yeah, these are really it's really fun to go back in time like this in Pokemon. So it's a shame if the ladder's a little bit inactive. Okay, they have their own Gengar. In fact, this might be one of the team that I tried to open up and couldn't. I don't know. They have Bulu, they have Celesteela, they have Feeny. That's a lot of Komodo answers. Bulu's not a great Komodo answer. Celesteela is probably not a great Komodo answer either. And then, of course, pretty quickly I figured out the synergy of Komodo and Mega Gengar, because Mega Gengar can trap and remove Feeny, which is probably the single best Komodo counter. Especially with this Komodo actually having a fighting type attack, so a Heatran wouldn't be as hard to deal with this time. AV Incineroar is a good answer to their Gengar. So is Scarf Greninja. I definitely feel like there's a place for Greninja in this matchup. I just noticed this Greninja doesn't have a water attack, which is interesting. I guess it doesn't need one. Meowstic spreading paralysis seems really strong and fun and useful. I'm going to do Meowstic, Gengar, Komodo, Greninja. Maybe I should be bringing in Incineroar, but we're going to bring all the cool pieces that I'm not used to yet for this one. They laid Gengar, Celesteela. I can just Thunder Wave their Gengar immediately, right? Meowstic is a Mago Berry. Does anyone on this team have a Focus Sash? Is Focus Sash just not as common in this format? What's that about? So what I'm thinking is if I Thunder Wave here, I maybe never get Gravity, but I think it's worth it. And protect Gengar. They Mega Evolve. Fair enough. I get a Thunder Wave into Mega Gengar. They Shadow Ball Meowstic. They don't knock it out, but and I get a ton of recovery from the Mago Berry, and they went for Leech Seed into my Gengar. Okay. I could Gravity Hypnosis, but I'm leaving Gengar kind of exposed then. I can Gravity... The other problem with Gravity is it doesn't last very long. Let's just set Gravity and Hex their Mega Gengar. And deal with the Leech Seed later. They could switch out to Incineroar. It's a Ghost type, it won't be trapped. But yeah, if I'm I think if I'm clicking Gravity, I need to just start going for it, because Meowstic has already consumed its berry, and one instance of Gravity doesn't last terribly long. They didn't even Leech Seed this turn. They also left their Gengar in to just get one-shot by Hex, so that's nice for me. There's Celesteela again. I can, what can I do? It could be Scarf Landorus, so I can't really safely click Hypnosis into it, can I? Scarf Greninja beats it, but then I have to get that onto the field. I can't Thunder Wave Landorus because it's a ground type. I can Thunder Wave Celesteela. This might cost me my Gengar, but I'm going to go for a Hypnosis into Landorus and see what happens. Oh, might not be Scarfed. Thunder Waving Celesteela is still nice to get that boosted Hex into it. Opponent in chat says, dirty, haha, love it, GG, well played. It's not my team, of course. It's a sample team from the Nimbasa City Post thing that I should probably link that in the description if I can. But also, I mean, I found it from the VGC subreddit when it was announced that the Spotlight was happening, so one can find it that way if one wants. That was a really strong first game with this team, though. The team looked pretty great there. That person got cooked. I'm low on the ladder, but hey, I am new to the format. Person has a Lucario, so that'll be their Mega, right? I don't really know what Mega Lucario does, except that it's just stronger than the regular one. They also have Whimsicott, Prankster, Tailwind, I think, and yeah, that's what I think. Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn. So I have Kamo, Clefairy. They have Ferrothorn, Clefairy. That would be hard to deal with, but I mean, I can Flamethrower it. It's kind of nice that my opponent's Pokemon can't Terastallize in this format. Perhaps a little bit less nice that mine can't. But I see they're also covering for the Ferrothorn and the Lucario with Politoed, nerfing their fire weakness. But I get my Kamo boosted. How much is that really going to matter? But they have 3 fairy types, though, so Kamo is a little bit suspect here. I can always click Greninja Gunk Shot in Gravity to clear out fairies. That's almost certainly a big part of what that's for on this team, actually. So I want Gravity right away again, I think. Of course, I don't have a water attack on Greninja, so it's not going to be boosted by the rain. I don't know what Tapu Bulu is here for. Maybe a Whirlwind clears out a Ferrothorn or something like that, getting rid of its boosts. That would make sense. I think I do want Gengar, or yes, Gengar, but I'll leave Meowstic Gengar again. I don't want to bring Tapu Bulu. Uh-oh. I want Greninja and Kamo. Almost ran out of time there. They lead Double Fairy. They're worried about the Kamo, I think. Obviously, I can't paralyze Tapu Koko, but I can click Fake Out into it. And Mega Evolve, trap things. I don't want them to have Tailwind, so I'm going to at least knock out the Whimsicott. Whimsicott probably runs Focus Sash in this game, actually, because there's no Covert Cloak yet. Yeah, so I didn't quite knock it out. I guess I want to stall through their Tailwind. I'll set Gravity. Unfortunately, I don't have an attack on Meowstic except Fake Out, so I would have knocked out Whimsicott if I faked it out there, but... Oh, it's Encore Whimsicott. Of course. Well, I'm familiar with that in Scarlet and Violet, aren't I? I'll go to Kamo. Just because I need to get rid of the Encore. I guess I'll Sludge... I guess I'll still try to knock out the Whimsicott. I don't know what this Volt Switch from Tapu Koko is going to do. Oh, Encore me into Protect. Of course they do. Ugh, frustrating. Encore Whimsicott frustrates me so much in Scarlet and Violet, and now here it is in this game as well. Try to get this out of here if we possibly can. Yeah, I'll stick back. It's the last turn of Tailwind. If I do manage to knock out Whimsicott, and I'm not confident that I will. No. Whoa. Fake Tears with special Mega Lucario. Alright, I'm just getting completely blown up by that right now. This Greninja has nothing to hit Lucario. I can do Thunder Wave and Hex. Being locked into Thunder Wave and Hex is not the worst thing in the world. Fake Tears, but here's the Thunder Wave. They didn't set the Tailwind back up. Lucario just drops to the Hex. That absolute menace is out of here. But now here's Tapu Koko, and I can't paralyze it. And what am I going to do? Switch Greninja in? What am I going to do? Protect and get locked into that? Because as much as I'm enjoying the support Meowstic, it is a real problem that it doesn't have an attack except Fake Out. Like, that might be costing me this game. Because I could protect Gengar and... I guess I just get locked in. Maybe I get a full para on Whimsicott here. Is that my out? Is it Thunder Wave Whimsicott? Full para when I try to attack with Gengar? Or do I need to sack Greninja here? Actually am going to sack Greninja. I don't know if it's the call, but I'm going to try to win this with Gengar. Because I could have Ferrothorn in the back, and then, you know, if I luck Greninja into like Gunk Shot or something, then I just end up sad. Paralyze the Whimsicott. The full para is now always a possibility on that. We'll find out what their last Pokemon is here. It's Clefairy. Okay. They brought all their fairies to deal with Komodo. Makes sense. The good news is they can't switch anything out right now, so until I knock something out, the Tapu Koko is gone. Is there a way that I can take advantage of that? I mean, I can't click Hypnosis into things because Electric Terrain is up for surely the rest of the game. I guess I have to get rid of Whimsicott. Whimsicott can always fake Tears into Gengar now, though. So I do just need a full para. I think that's all there is to it. I'm going to click Helping Hand in case they redirect this Sludge Bomb into Clefairy. Yeah, they got me with a fake Tears. I think I just always lose to Tapu Koko now. I don't actually know my relative speed stats. They're probably going to speed tie. And Clefairy can quick follow me. I'm going to Protect, and I'm going to Thunder Wave Clefairy. That opens the possibility of a full para. This is what this game has turned into for me. They could get fully paralyzed when they click Follow Me next turn, and then Gengar could win a speed tie and knock out Tapu Koko. And folks, it actually happened. Always play to your outs. That's all I can say about this game. Always play to your outs. Let's go. One more. I can also... Well, I can't Hypnosis now because it's already paralyzed. Also, it doesn't matter. Meowstic not having an attack other than Fake Out made that really awkward, but... That's it. Oh, that's all there is to say. Always play to your outs. Let's get another one with this team. Was that the first game with this team or the second? I think it was the second. Yeah, because I cooked that one opponent and then it got a lot harder. Here's the first Tapu Lele of the video. That's all 4 Tapu accounted for now. By the way, why do people say Tapus with an S on the end? Tapus. It feels weird coming out of my mouth. They're always collectively called the Tapu in-game. I mean, why do people say Charizards and stuff too? But like, I don't think Tapu is a word that exists in English outside of Pokemon games. They're always called the Tapu in-game. How did so many people go with Tapus? It's baffled me ever since the games were new. Gen 7 were new. It's baffled me, I say. Everybody's got so many fairy types in this format. I guess Komodo would be broken if they didn't. But then Gengar's here to remove the fairies. Does Tapu Lele run Choice Scarf? I don't know, but seems likely. But I can Gunk Shoot it with Greninja. Let's try leading Greninja. They could do Fake Out Blastoise. Let's just lead Gengar Meowstic again and bring Greninja and Komodo again. Maybe I shouldn't bring Komodo, but I mean, Komodo is, one, super strong. Again, it kind of feels like a restricted Pokemon, or the equivalent for this format, in that it feels like I need a really good reason to ever not bring it. But also, B, every opponent is loaded up on fairies, probably because Komodo is such a threat. So, like, if it's on a team that did well at a major tournament in a format where everybody's loading up on fairies, then it must still be good, right? Even in matchups where everybody's loading up on fairies. They're trapped. They can't Fake Out Gengar. They can Fake Out Meowstic, but not if I fake them out first. But that might not be a worthwhile use of Meowstic's action. But Meowstic doesn't have Protect, so what else am I going to do? Let's just go for damage on this Excelgor. I don't know what Excelgor does here. It could be like Acid Spray. It could be, honestly, Entry Hazards. Struggle Bug. Okay, that makes sense. Still took a lot. I can... That's Mega Blastoise, by the way. I can Thunder Wave and knock out Excelgor, but... I can Thunder Wave Excelgor and protect Gengar. Let's see what the Blastoise does. That's a little bit safer. I do really like the Prankster Thunder Wave here on this team. In fact, I think I'm down to Hex Excelgor and Thunder Wave Blastoise now. If it's clicking Scald into Gengar, maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt that KOs from almost full. I'm not really one to know my calcs a lot of the time, but hey. They didn't click Dark Pulse or something, which is what I was worried about with the Mega Launcher and Mega Blastoise. Thunder Wave into Blastoise. Knocked out Excelgor. Scald. I'm going to want to... Oh, they burned Gengar too. That's not good. I'm going to want to switch it out anyway if I can and get rid of the special attack drop. But against Tapu Fini, what do I switch to? I also can't... I can't Thunder Wave Tapu Fini because the Psychic Terrain stops the priority move. That's really scary. Maybe I just sack Greninja here. Or... Actually, you know what? I probably need to preserve Greninja because it's actually a better Fini answer than Gengar is. Because the Scarf gives me that bit of speed control insurance. So if anything, I think I sack Gengar. I'll click Sludge Bomb into Fini. And Gravity, just because it could pay dividends for like a Aromatic Mist. Okay. If I do have to bring Greninja in soon, then I want to land that Gunk Shot. Or at this point, maybe I want to click Dark Pulse because Fini's already low. Scaldburn Meowstic. They used Aromatic Mist, which I don't know what that does, but it boosted Blastoise's special defense, so I guess that's what it does. The Lele also did move before my Gengar. I think I can handle Lele now. I'm going to go for a Hex into Blastoise. And I guess I'll just click Helping Hand, because there's not much else for Meowstic to do at this point. There's the Aromatic Mist again. Boosted Helping Hand Hex does some work. We get a lucky full para, so I can go for it again. Maybe I do need to be getting rid of the Lele. They were fully paralyzed again. I think the Blastoise went for Protect there because it acted before the Lele. Alright, so I had some good luck with full paras in this game. But I was assuming that also that I could beat Lele with Greninja in the back, and then if Lele was removed, I could probably take care of things with Komodo from there. So that's why I was playing it out the way that I did. I don't know if it was optimal. What's that other Mega Gengar team I opened up? This is the one that, I don't know, spoke to me least. Let's look at the other options just quickly. There's one with a Latios. That's kind of fun. Did not mean to do that. Well, Porygon 2 and Raichu by Alberto Lara. The Snorlax Celesteela team I just can't open, right? Because the link goes to the wrong paste. Alright, let's just do this one. This one has Icy Wind on Gengar. It has a Figgy Berry Incineroar. It has Calm Mind, Wiki Berry, Tapu Lele. Got my own Tapu Lele on this one. Kartana is the Z move user. Kartana has Tailwind. I did not know that it gets Tailwind. Got Scarf Landorus with it's a mixed Landorus. It's got Earth Power. It's got Hidden Power. That's fun. And Weakness Policy Tyranitar. I don't know what the modes are for this team, but let's just go. I really liked that Hex team. That was a lot of fun. That might be my favorite of the video, but I shouldn't say that before I actually try this one out. No mechanics here that I don't understand, I think. Let's find out together, shall we? Ophagrigus. Okay, I'm sure this is a hard Trick Room team with Mega Camerupt, but this looks like nothing I've faced before, so I don't really know what to expect. But Ophagrigus and Slowking will be the Trick Room setters. Tapu Fini should be a good Mega Camerupt answer, but not so much in Trick Room as outside. I actually think probably I want to lead with Kartana, right? Because I can just Z move into Ophagrigus or Slowking. I mean, they might have something to stop me, but they don't have redirection on this team. They don't have Fake Out. They can just protect around the Z move, but even then they take some chip. And Slowking is still massively threatened by Kartana, and it hasn't managed to set Trick Room up if it already clicked Protect. So I think I do lead Kartana here. I'm good with leading Gengar too, actually, because I can trap Slowking, not Ophagrigus, but I can trap Slowking. Shadow Ball and what's the Z move called? Bloom Doom? Shadow Ball and Bloom Doom is very strong, but maybe that's a little bit not necessary. I like Landorus because I can threaten a bunch of stuff outside of Trick Room. I can Intimidate. On the other hand, maybe Weakness Policy Tyranitar is actually good here because it could probably get that activated by the opponent's Camerupt or Gastrodon. I'm going to follow my gut here, and I'm going to lead Gengar, Kartana, and I'm going to bring Tapu Fini and Landorus. But is that correct? I don't know. Wouldn't bet on it. It feels like the lead is a little bit off balance. Whoa, but they actually led with both. Wait, what do I do here? I'm gonna Shadow Ball Cofagrigus, and I'm gonna go straight for a Bloom Doom into Slowking. That's my answer here. They led both Trick Room setters. They switched the Slowking out before I Mega Evolve. Kind of forgot they could do that. Don't one-shot the Cofagrigus. Not gonna one-shot the Drapion either, although look at that damage. But they don't set Trick Room. They actually just knock off into Mega Gengar, which is not very useful. I'm gonna pivot Gengar out to Landorus, get an Intimidate into Drapion, and I'm just gonna go for Leaf Blade into Cofagrigus. I don't want it clicking Trick Room while I position around it. And actually having Earth Power on this mixed Landorus. Oh, they got rid of my Beast Boost. I didn't account for that. Forgot about Mummy. It's not an ability I have to think about much usually. I mean, maybe they have a way to take advantage of this, but I really want to deny the Trick Room if I can. I'm just going to U-turn and Leaf Blade into Slowking. There's no Protect or anything. I'll go Fini here, preserve the Gengar. Maybe that's not right, because they probably have Mega Camerupt in the back, right? But there goes Slowking. Brought Fini in on a Night Slash, so that's nice. They did crit, and actually they didn't bring Camerupt. They brought Gastrodon. Where's the offense in this mode? Was Slowking supposed to be doing the damage? Just Leaf Blade and Moonblast. By Gastrodon. Never got a Beast Boost because they got me with Mummy. Well, I got myself with Mummy. I forgot it's a thing. Alright, that was a pretty quick one, but that was a weird team by my opponent, and I feel like they played it kind of weirdly, but maybe I don't know how to play that kind of team. This one looks scary. They got Blaziken, they got Metagross. I'm guessing Blaziken is the Mega, although I don't think... I don't think there's any rule that you only have to have one Mega, is there? I've never heard of such a rule, but I don't know my VGC history before 2020 super well. I would guess that Blaziken is the Mega, assuming there's only one. Got multiple plausible Tailwind setters. I got Tapu Fini. Yeah, Speed Control, well, I probably want my own Tailwind in this one. Of course, Kartana is immediately threatened by Blaziken. The nice thing is Kartana is not immediately threatened so much by Whimsicott. Encore is an issue, but I can set Tailwind in front of Whimsicott pretty freely, I would think. And I think I do want to be able to do that. The Blaziken is a serious problem, though. I think I bring Tapu Fini in the back so that I can switch that in against Blaziken. Or Landorus can do the same thing, and it gets the Intimidate. Gengar should be good here, but I'm not sure exactly how best to play it. Incineroar might be a good lead, so it can pivot around. Tyranitar might be a good lead, but the Blaziken threatens it. But, I mean, Tyranitar is good into a lot of the rest of this stuff. Also, Tyranitar breaking a Focus Sash on the Whimsicott could be valuable. I'm going to do Tyranitar, Landorus, Gengar. So I am leading Tyranitar. I get the Sandstorm set up, but all of my Pokemon that I brought to this game are immune to it except Gengar. They lead Whimsicott Braviary, so I do want to match Tailwinds here. And actually, if I can taunt Whimsicott, then I can shut down the Encore option for them. Or I can just click Rock Slide. Braviary gets fighting coverage. I have no idea what it runs in this format. That was Rock Slide. They taunt Kartana, so they deny the Tailwind with that. That's a nice tech. And they do just have Superpower into Tyranitar. Okay, live and learn. I don't know that I'm going to get a chance to match Tailwind in this game. Doesn't seem likely. I can get Gengar in here, though, and I can remove the Whimsicott. Oh, Braviary gets Defiant, right? So I definitely don't want to bring Landorus in on this. Lucky thing I didn't do that. And if they get Tailwind, I am probably not getting Tailwind, and honestly, that might decide the game. We'll see. They Brave Bird Gengar. That still does some good damage after the Superpower drop. Here's the Blaziken. They can Mega Evolve that, and well, here's the trick, right? If I switch Kartana out to get away from the Blaziken, then I'm activating Defiant or Braviary. I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to click Shadow Ball into Braviary, or I could click Icy Wind. Not Shadow Ball because it's immune. I'd rather do what I can to guarantee the KO. Get as close as I can to guaranteeing the KO. Blaziken's going to have speed boost anyway. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb Braviary. Not risk an Icy Wind miss. Defiant actually just sets it back to neutral because it's a -2. Also, that Brave Bird recoil. Well, okay, I don't get the attack off, but it's going to drop to sand damage anyway. But yeah, I would say it's a good bet that I didn't play this right. Although I don't know, it's a much tougher matchup than that last one. I mean, I'm confident that I didn't play it right. The I don't know there is like I don't know how I would play it right. Okay. They're knocking out Landorus before it moves anyway, so yeah, Detect with Kartana wouldn't have saved the game there. What can you do? One more. As long as it doesn't take too long to find an opponent. That Hex team is definitely my favorite so far of these Mega Gengar teams. But like I said, I'll see about trying some other Megas after this. Not in this video though. Later. Let's just see about getting an opponent. And then after this game, I definitely have to go eat. I don't know, I'll give this a couple more minutes, I guess. I've always managed to find an opponent so far, it's just taken a little while. I do hope that there are more people playing when it's actually Sunday and this isn't just an illusion of time brought about by pre-recorded footage. This, I think, is the first opponent from the video, right? So we've come full circle. I recognize the name, I recognize Ash Ketchum, I recognize the team, but I don't have a Komodo for them to bully this time. But the Mega Kangaskhan is still tough. I don't know how to deal with it properly. What if I lead both my Intimidators? It's not like they have a Braviary. Option B, lead Kartana, Bloom Doom, a Kangaskhan, or a Feeny, but that's kind of vulnerable to Intimidate and kind of extremely vulnerable to Heatran. Option C, Tyranitar Shenanigans. I don't know what Pokemon to bring to this. Can I just lead both Intimidators? I'm just gonna do it. I don't know if it's sound. I'm gonna bring Gengar, and I'm gonna bring Kartana, because big offense, go boom. But look at that, we really came full circle this video. Their Kangaskhan's at -2 immediately. I'll fake out Landorus. They could fake me out with something, but I'll go for Earth Power. Yeah, actually, I might as well go for Earth Power into Kangaskhan. It's not weakened by the Intimidate. Here's Tapu Fini. This is a good reason to pivot my Pokemon around. They're a little bit exposed now against this. And I've choice. Oh no, I haven't choice locked because I didn't get a move off. Okay. All right. Well then. Let's just knock off and U-turn out to Kartana. Body Water missing Kartana is kind of nice. What just happened? Oh, it has a Z crystal. That's why the knockoff didn't remove anything. Well, I have a Z crystal too. Actually, I think I want Tailwind, don't I? Yeah. I have a Zed Crystal too, though. This is not Cortana. I could have Bloom Doomed the Feeny. I think it's probably in Sludge Bomb range now anyway. This is a menace, though, because what am I going to do? Lock into... Oh, I don't have to lock into Hidden Power. I have Icy Wind. Sludge Bomb Feeny first. What is valuable to lock into, then? I need big damage to Kangaskhan. I need big damage into Heatran, so Earth Power. Into what? Alright, let's Icy Wind and Earth Power Feeny. Could have just Earth Powered Coco and Sludge Bomb Feeny. Okay, well, the Feeny protects, so that's not the end of the world. And they're not switching anything now, so Sludge Bomb Earth Power. Coco's gone. Feeny's gone. Kangaskhan can definitely still mess with me. It also, as we saw, can fake out Gengar thanks to Scrappy. Landorus can threaten a lot of damage into Gengar. Actually click Protect here. That's the right call. I think the fake out's going into Gengar. Sure enough, it does. They're gonna Earth Power Gengar or something? Stone Edge, okay. Oh, this one had Earthquake, didn't they? Maybe I'm conflating different opponents. Well, I can't Earth Power their Landorus, so... Icy Wind, we dropped Sucker Punch. I always lose now because I don't have an attack to hit their Landorus anymore. But I'll let them get the last KO. They do it with a Sucker Punch. Mega Kangaskhan, absolute menace. Guess I should try that one on the stream, huh? My favorite of these Gengar teams was definitely the Hex one, although of course I was drawn to this one first because it won a regional in Toronto. But yeah, this team was a lot of fun for sure. Mega Gengar is a fun Pokemon, maybe not quite as broken as I hoped, given that Gengar is my favorite, but like I said, today, Sunday, the 20th of July, year of our Lord 2025, at approximately like 7 or 8 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time, approximately 2 or 3 hours after this video goes up. Unless something goes wrong, my intention is to stream on Twitch, if I can figure out how, at slowpokewellpkmn, twitch.tuvalu/slowpokewellpkmn. Or if I get scared and back down from Twitch, then it'll be on YouTube. But we'll see. I got a bunch more Mega Pokemon to try out. Let's see what I can do with them.